Does the Philidor defense transpose to other openings? Have you ever wondered if the Philidor defense can shift into other openings? This question is quite interesting, as the Philidor defense is a solid choice for black. It starts with the moves 1 pawn to e4, 1 pawn to e5, and then 1 knight to f3 followed by 1 pawn to d6. This setup is unique because black supports the e5 pawn with the d6 pawn instead of developing the knight to c6 right away. Because of this structure, the Philidor defense can indeed transition into other openings based on how both players continue. One common transition is into the Hanham variation of the Philidor. If black develops the knight to f6 and later plays knight to b7 and pawn to e5, the position can resemble a Hanham-type Philidor structure. This variation is well studied and offers different paths for both players. Another interesting possibility occurs if black plays pawn to f5 early on. This move is known as the Philidor Counter-Gambit. It changes the nature of the game, leading to more aggressive positions that differ from the classical Philidor setup. This can create dynamic and exciting gameplay. The Philidor defense also has a flexible pawn structure. This flexibility allows it to transpose into other openings that share similar pawn formations. For instance, it can resemble certain lines of the king's pawn openings, where black takes a more defensive stance. However, it is less common for the Philidor defense to directly shift into popular openings like the Ruy Lopez or the Italian game. These openings typically arise after the knight moves to c6 instead of the pawn moving to d6. In practical terms, players who choose the Philidor defense often appreciate its straightforward development scheme. This approach allows black to steer the game into quieter, more positional waters. It can help avoid some of the sharp theoretical battles often seen in other e4-e5 openings. So, to sum it up, the Philidor defense can indeed transpose into related openings like the Hanham variation and certain Pirc or modern defense structures. This is especially true when black's piece development follows flexible patterns. It serves as a solid option for players looking for a less theory-intensive repertoire with some transpositional potential.